Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. I want to cover a few things here because we got memes taking a huge hit, specifically cult meme coins, which, if you guys have seen my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge advocate for. Seems like we got Bitcoin still trying to break through 100K as a resistance, but it's struggling, and at the same time, it is still holding levels, looking very bullish. So I want to cover a few things with that as well. And it seems like retail is fully interested in this market now. You know, we have a lot of so called boomer coins or older coins from the last cycle showing strength. So let's get into a bunch of this stuff right now. BTC 98.3 right now, according to CoinMarketCap, 98.4. So this is on the day. We did have a dip all the way to 95, 96. Still wants to attempt to break through. Obviously, if you look at this from a yearly, it's been up only for, over a month now. But it's still holding very, very small time frame, higher highs and higher lows. It really hasn't had too much of a dip outside of maybe literally yesterday, which, on this chart here, you can see it. It's barely right there, right? Still holding very good bullish structure, even though, if you zoom out on a higher time frame, it is literally just a god candle to the upside, right? So showing a lot of strength in the very short term still, unless we really see some sort of shakeout, that is when I'd question, if we're actually going to come down a lot heavier than we've seen already. But outside of that, like I said, we've seen a lot of older coins that have been moving pretty significantly. We saw, let me see here. Yeah, we saw Polkadot literally up like 40, 50%. We've seen XRP literally over 100%. XLM is up 120 something percent. Lots of coins that were, very retail driven in the last bull run have been seeing a lot of gains, and to me that is signaling that retail is 100% looking into this market right now. And I still think that even if we can break 100K, that is going to be an even larger indicator for a lot of people. It's a big mental barrier, 100,000, where if we see that broken, I think it's going to be even more of a catalyst for people to start going all into this market, that really aren't into crypto or haven't been into the market, at all. So if we look at the past 12 months, I just brought up meme coin and Bitcoin here. I'll pull up crypto as well in a second. But obviously, if we look at Bitcoin, November 10th to the 16th, literally a week ago, or just over a week ago, this was, maxed out, right? Let me take out Bitcoin here. Because actually, if you look at meme coin, let me see. Yeah, is meme coin alone? Let me just reset this. Meme coin alone, it's been dead completely for years. Obviously, meme coins over the last, couple years, they've not actually been a major narrative by any means, right? But it seems like they have been absolutely climbing, right? And again, let me show you this. We'll go to a 12-month, even like a 90-day chart would show you. So just the past 12 months, it's lagging really bad. That's my fault. But this is all the way up to about, if you guys could see it, it literally hit 100 on, just in the last year. And like this looks like a very bullish chart, right? In the last 5 years, this is literally peaked out, completely peaked out at 100. This is, I don't know if you want to call it some sort of top signal, but in my opinion, we still have a lot to go when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, watching the majors, how they're going to perform against others, and then just, the overall altcoin rotation, I still feel like has not fully happened yet, because we still have had Bitcoin have that major run, but it has not actually, fully retraced. It's not pulled back. and we're not seeing Bitcoin dominance, start dumping to the downside. It's been ranging around 60 for, I'd say, a few weeks to, maybe upwards of a month, just slowly trickling up. And most alt seasons are triggered by huge red weeks, sometimes multiple months of just complete dumps within those red candles. But we've still not seen that. So I still think we got a lot more to go for all of our altcoins, including memes, including AI. And actually, speaking about memes, we have been seeing pump.fun get a lot of shit lately. Pump.fun has been, obviously it's not really pump.fun's fault, but we're seeing a lot of people launch these coins and tokens that are just, morally, ethically, just ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna get into this, but someone launched Chicken Fight Club. They literally killed a chicken live. That was nuts. This dude actually has his own coin. I'm not gonna say his coin, but this is Trev. But he's just, kind of doing his thing, doing kind of a wacko. Can't lie. Lots of different coins have been launching that are just absolutely ridiculous, and I don't even blame anyone. I think it's, people praise all this decentralization, but then when things like this actually come up, everyone's calling for regulation and putting a stop to things. There's always two sides to every, situation, every story, right? But for me personally, yeah, I think it's just going way too far for pump.fun right now. Because then, people are literally profiting off of all this stuff too, and I think it's just kind of crazy. But outside of that, with memes, like I've said, we have a lot of our conviction plays, a lot of cult memes have been down, but I do want to bring up a bunch that I'm still watching and or holding, as I really have not sold anything. I have conviction in these coins. What that means is that, volatility is not going to be a major factor in why I'm going to be selling right now. I still think we have a lot of upside to go over the next few months, and that is why I'm still holding these coins and I'm continuing to add to them rather than sell them. So if you guys have seen my channel for a while, Retardio is literally one of my highest conviction meme coins on Solana. We've had, this coin has been up and down like crazy. Ran from 60 million when it came out, all the way down to 15 million. Then it ran from 15 million upwards of 120 million, 130 million, back down to 40 million, way up into new highs again. And that's kind of currently where we are now. It is on another retrace, sitting at 126 million. It's kind of on support, depending on how you draw it. But in my opinion, this chart still looks very good. I think this is going to hold here. Probably going to bounce before it really decides to, move on to that next leg up. Then we got another one here. Mumu as well has been another high conviction play of mine for a long time. And this is still just sitting, ranging on previous support, right? So I'll pull up the chart here. So sitting at 130 million. This has been sitting for months, and I think this still looks like a very, very good buy. Not financial advice. This is just my opinion. But I mean, you can't look at this chart and tell me that this is bearish in literally any sort of way. Community strength is undeniable as well with this one. So overall, I think it looks very, very good. Excuse me. Like I said, it had a nice little pump, attempting to break out, retest it again, literally just bouncing on support for a while. So higher cap memes right now, a lot of them are taking hits still, but we even got some lower caps that I am going to cover. Because I was going to talk about AI agents a little bit in this video, but one of my last videos I covered it a little bit, and I think I'm going to make another video tomorrow, kind of going in depth with a lot more of them. But anyways, let's cover a couple cult memes, and then I'm gonna cut this video. So a newer cult meme. I don't know if I brought this up on the channel before, but we got MLG sitting at 4.7 million, so very small market cap in comparison, to Mumu or to Retardio or any other coins, right? This is kind of pulling a lock-in playbook. And what I mean by that is, if you guys are familiar with lock-in, I've dropped it on Twitter, I've dropped it on YouTube countless times. And we got in at a very good entry in the Discord for a long-term hold. This is pulling a chart very similar to what lock-in did. And it looks, just overall, the setup looks absolutely perfect here. And I think it's going to pull exactly what lock-in did. And the main difference, though, is lock-in, when it kind of had this run, came back down and sat sideways, is sitting at around 15 to 20 million. Versus MLG here, which is sitting around 5. So bottom line, I give this potentially 2 months, 3 months. Easily could be well into new highs, sitting at 30 to 50 million. That would be, a pretty good estimate where I could see it going. But again, this is something you can't just buy it. If you're going to buy it and jump into it and expect it to pump, in 2 days, 3 days, because that literally is not going to happen. This is sitting sideways. It's going to range for a while, until Solana cult memes, become a major catalyst, a major narrative again, which they will at some point. That is when these are going to run. There's no real telling when exactly that's going to be. But overall, I think this setup is just literally perfect. At some point, this first move is going to break up, showing, clear strength that this accumulation potentially might be starting to come to an end. And so once that breaks, it's going to bounce, probably retest 1 or 2 more times, and then just start really shooting up. But the main reason why I like this coin, and we got, I don't know what that was. We got MLG, which is kind of like a gaming-focused meme coin. To me, this is, there really is not another meme coin out here kind of doing something like this. So in my opinion, it's kind of like a first mover in the meme coin space for, kind of just gaming related content. And they're doing a lot of live streams, playing different games like Call of Duty. It's almost kind of nostalgic as well. So that's kind of why I like it. But outside of MLG, we got Yakub. But again, keep in mind, guys, any of those price targets I just mentioned, it's going to be multiple months of just jumping in and being patient. I cannot stress that enough, because I see a lot of people even worried because the market's down. Everyone wants to try to sell its support right now. They think crypto's over. It happens every time there's a major correction. You got to buy into the blood if you want to come back out on top, especially when the market still just looks so overall bullish. Yakub is another one too. I think I mentioned in the last video, or one of the last videos. Same thing, sitting right on support, incredibly strong community. I know for a fact this community is not going anywhere. They also have NFTs. But Yakub looks very good here. And same thing, if you ever want to jump into this, not financial advice, do your own research looking into this stuff, but same thing, it just looks literally like a beautiful entry, and just being patient once you're holding it and continuing to add to it on any sort of dips, and just continuing to accumulate and just waiting for that next leg up. I still think that's going to be one of the best strategies if you're playing meme coins rather than just focusing on new launches left and right. Is if you guys don't know what to look for, you don't know what to focus on, you can get burned very quickly doing that. But outside of that, guys, this is what I wanted to cover in this video. So like I said, I know memes are down yet again. It seemed like they go up and then they come back down 70, 80%. Then they're back up another 300%. They're probably the most volatile assets within crypto. But I firmly believe we still have a lot more to go. So I will be continuing to add on dips to high conviction plays. And these are just some that I'm watching and holding. So outside of that, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.